right, thank everybody for tuning in. Just want to be able to talk to you guys. Just going to be one of those things where we don't have a lot of content out there. So I'm just going back to grinding and looking at more film and seeing what we can do. But here's my expectation for the next 6 weeks. We want our Cowboys to stay out of the news. That's number one goal. And I know it can be crass to say that you want a whole bunch of grown men to stay out of the news, but that's what we want. We got Zach Martin deal out the way. Ezekiel Elliott looks like he's getting even better out there on the field as far as his maturity level, leadership. Those are things that I like. Now, I do like the aspect that Dak Prescott is saying that he's going to get out there and practice more with the receivers. We know that football is all about continuity and all about rapport that you can establish out there with your peers and with your contemporaries. So with that being said, I'm really leaning on towards Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott to step it up for their third years as leaders out there. This is a very young team. I'm talking about this is an extremely young team. And by this team being so young, by it being so fresh, and some of the guys being so raw, it's not time for it. It's just no time for any foolishness or anything that can just derail the whole entire season before the season can start. A la Terrence Williams. Terrence Williams, he's supposed to be the voice of the wide receivers because he's one of the older guys out there. Him and Cole Beasley, they must lead the way. But unfortunately, you know, we understand what T. Will's situation is. So with that being said, we really got to get back to the formalities of things and stay focused and get things going in the right direction. I really thank everybody for tuning in and watching the shows and things like that. It's been a plum pleasing pleasure for you guys helping me grow the nation, helping me grow the network. But with that being said too as well, guys, it's time. It's time for the Cowboys Nation to rise up, step up, and be up, and step it up in this mix. Let me see what else I got here. Make sure that I'm live like 95. Yes, so with that being said, guys, this is another thing too as well. When the Dallas Cowboys hit that field, and when it comes for training camp, remember, my stance is we must start the fight. You have to start the fight. It's none of this finish the fight stuff. It's none of this, hey, we going through the process and all this. Everybody must step up and start the fight, and we'll finish it on the back end. We have to find a way to put up points. We did it for the first 8 games. I think the team, if I'm talking about last year, minus the Denver Broncos game, I think the team still averaged 24 to 25 points a game. So it's quite possible, even through the midst of all of the troubles and the trials and tribulations that we had all last year, right? So we'll be able to get this thing going faster and hopefully better down the line. So like I always say when I'm talking about the struggles, when I'm talking about going against the opposition, when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall. You may conquer, see it through. Black may be the clouds about you and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself and fight and trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, running from it will not save you. Even hope may seem but futile. Then with trouble may be beset. Remember, you facing what other legends have met. You may fall, but fall still fighting. That's what I want my Cowboys to do. And see this thing through. And we can see this thing through if we stay positive, if we can put things in actions with this Dallas Cowboys team all together. All right, so with that being said too as well, these are the main, I'm talking about the main big question marks that I have with this team. And it's just naturally and rightfully so. The defensive tackle, we got 6 weeks. From the next 6 weeks, we got to figure out, are we still going to maneuver? Are we still going to try to find a way to get some defensive front up as it relates to the inside? Safety play. I do know that everybody's high on their horse with Jeff Heath. So am I. I'm still high on the horse with Jeff Heath, but I'm thinking that we probably still have to take a good look at that spot to help elevate that entire secondary. We need somebody that can step up into the mix, because if Jeff Heath go down, if Xavier Woods go down, who's going to be the guy that's going to step it up? I do know we got some young guys out there. I heard of Duke Thomas. I heard also that Kyle Cuse, although he playing linebacker. But we want to know about these guys that's just not being heard or mentioned. Cam Kelly, those guys. I don't really hear too much noise out there yet. But when these 6 weeks over with, everybody have to stay clean. Everybody have to stay fresh. Shout out to Italian Cowboys. Ted's for the first person in the mix too as well. Ted's Pitts. Shout out to you too as well. And Gene Byram, shout out to you as well. Man, we got some soldiers in the mix, man. I know it's kind of like an adverse time, but hey, it is what it is. This is what we got going on tonight. Tonight, we're going to go live like 95 with my guy DDP, Silver and Blue Nation. You guys know on Thursday, we try to do this thing at least once a week, whereas we have a full panel of topics and discussions. And did I say about producer G2 as well? Those guys, we're going to all have a healthy debate tonight, a healthy discussion about the Cowboys, what our expectations should be for the season. And then later on this weekend, or maybe later on, middle part of the week, we're gonna do not just us, but more people like Voch Lombardi and also Foots the King and my guy Joe Rob. We're gonna try to do a breakdown of the 53-man roster. We're going to do our predictions. We're going to put it out there to the ether so everybody can hear and see what we have out there. And we probably squeeze in the practice squad if we can. And we probably can also break down the 46-man roster too as well. Who's going to start, who's going to be the rotational guy. So we're going to try to do all those things. We got the off season is long. So if you got your honey-do list like I do, then go ahead and knock all that out the way. All these 6 weeks and upcoming before the season, take care of the lady. The lady will take care of you down the line, especially the fellas know what I'm talking about, right? Take care of the lady now, so when football season come around, you can get ready to watch some good old football, some good old Dak and Zeke and Michael Gallup, my pet cat. We gonna watch these players launch that ball into the end zone, galloping through the end zone, touchdown, money zone, however you want to call it. We're going to watch all those things. So the best thing to do is go ahead and knock out your honey-do list now. But you guys know how it goes. Everybody's sleeping on us right now. I love that. This is from Brandon Stewart. He stated that everybody is sleeping on us. Let them fall asleep, because when they wake up, we're going to be hosting the Lombardi Trophy. We got all of the awards behind me. See those 5 rings, see 5-time Super Bowl champions. We see those things, right? But now we want something more. We want 6. I'm tired of 5, right? We want 6 of them up there. So we're going to have to figure out a way to win this year, win the division, and then also just 3 playoff wins. That's all we need to get to that big game. That big game where all we need is 3 playoff wins, and we can get there. It's tangible. It's something that we can physically touch and taste. We'll be able to do that. I'm telling you guys. And it will happen one way or another. So with that being said, guys, just bear with us, man. Hey, I want 10. This is from Italian Cowboy. Me too. I don't want 10 at all. I need 10. I need to win. We need to win. And we have to have that mentality, that foresight, that mindset. And we must push our mind, our body, our soul to those things. And it can happen. It can happen. Just think about this. I would say 6 or 7 years ago, no one knew anything about the Golden State Warriors, right? Nobody knew anything about them. But all of a sudden now, they are the best thing since sliced bread as it relates to basketball. We can be that new trend. We can be that new phase. We can hit everybody in the mouth if we can put these tools in places. We have an extremely young team. We have a different type of philosophy now. And it got to be different because The same plays that we were running last year, the guys that were running those plays are no longer on this team. A la your Jason Wittens of the world and your Dez Bryant. Those guys can't sit back and say, okay, I want these plays to be run. Now, I do know that there's still going to be some slight hesitation of growing pains and some slight reservations of what the coaching staff and the philosophy may be as it relates to calling the plays or calling the right zones, calling the right reads, but I hearken back at this. Sometimes when you face against the opposition, you face against being threshed and putting into a new challenge. Sometimes that's when things arise to the best. That's how you can elevate your team just by those small things. I do know this smell like Homer soup, but look, just take a little sip of this right now. Just relax and take a little sip of this soup because it's gonna go down real well this year. It's possible, guys. We can see it. We saw a piece of it in 2016. And if anybody know for sure, when Romo went down in 2016, a third of the Cowboy Nation thought it was doom and gloom. But we kept winning, right? We did. And then this is the other argument too as well. I hear a lot of people and I had to correct them on a lot of situations about, you remember in 2015, the running game. We was top pretty much third. I think Derek McFadden still was like number 3 or number 4 running back in the National Football League, right? And everybody was saying that last year, 2017, that the running game was not the problem. And those who really just don't really look at the tape, the statisticians, the stat munchers, they was looking at it from the aspect that Alfred Morris, he's still running good with the ball. But let's go back to 2015. We ran the ball pretty well, right? What was our record? And on top of that, who did we draft in 2016? We still went out and drafted a running back, right? So what I'm saying is, sometimes you can be so caught up on stats and you can be so entrenched with what the running back is doing out there on the field that you forget, you miss the meat worrying about the peas. Last year, it was a total cluster. And you guys know what comes out of the cluster. But it was totally a cluster. And although we had Alfred Morris, he wasn't a real finisher of the run. He did look good out there, but he didn't finish the run. And remember I talking about starting the fight? This is what Ezekiel Elliott's going to do. There's nobody that can convince me that last year if Ezekiel Elliott played every game that we would have went 9-7. There's nobody who can convince that. And football, my guys, ladies and gentlemen, football is all about momentum. And if you can get this momentum going, trust me, this team can go pretty far. And that is what Ezekiel Elliott's going to do this year. He saw what he messed up at, right? He sees things differently. And when he's able to see things different now that he's able to step it up and be the leader, we will go far. I'm just telling you guys. Hey, who else we have in the chat box? I'm just telling you guys. I'm telling you guys what I'm feeling was deep down in my heart and my mind. Defense has to step it up. Yes. Defense don't have to step it up. They must step it up, and they will step it up. If Chris Richard is everybody who we think he is, he will have everybody playing press. He will have everybody mentally sharp, vicious. You even hearing that with the Sanjay Lau on the video that I did yesterday. These guys are ready to be dogs out here. They're ready to attack and be aggressive, but we still have to wait until that time happens. That's why I'm saying these next 6 weeks, we have to really, whatever your lucky socks are, your lucky shirt, put it on, because we're really going to be sitting back, twirling our thumbs, because we've been down here to the DFW. You guys know that when you're down here in Texas, it's hot as you know what, and there's really not a lot of things to do in certain fashions besides going out to to the party and somebody step on your shoes, or going to the fireworks show and somebody getting mad because they took your parking spot and you pull out a revolver, or stuff like that. So what I want is all the negative concentrations to move out the way and just have positive concentration on the football game and getting everybody, I'm talking about everybody's in sync. And I think that Dak Prescott understands that, and that's why he's trying to build that rapport with his young receivers. And I know for sure that Ezekiel Elliott tastes that. He can taste his victory. He can taste his greatness. It's so close to him. So, hey, what up, Domino? What's going on? Shout out to you too as well. Virgil Johnson, shout out to you in the chat box. You guys regulating. Luigi, shout out to you too as well. Tez, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody, man. Italian Cowboy, everybody's in the mix today. I appreciate it. I know. It seems like I'm just preaching to the choir, but it is what it is. We got to get this thing going. Who's that? Corona, what's going on with you? What's up? I appreciate you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you guys, man. Who's that? Esteban Garza, that's how you say your name. All right, so we gonna get this thing going one way or another. We just have to stay focused, stay in tune, and we're gonna have 6-time Super Bowl champions up there for sooner or later, so I can snatch these batters down and put that 6-time Super Bowl champions on there. And I do know that somebody gonna say, hey, this guy talking to offseason, he talking about Super Bowl. Well, it can happen. But pretty much, guys, that's all the time I have for today. I really thank you guys for yours. Just keep in mind, if you like the content, don't forget to share this content. Hit the thumbs up. There's a subscription button down below. Once you subscribe to the channel, that's when the bell is going to appear. You can pluck that bell. That's how you get to be a part of the notification squad. And then once you become part of the notification squad, a lot of other good stuff comes around with it. So don't forget to share this information, like this page, and join the notification squad. And that's been my time. I really thank you guys for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Salute. I'm out. Peace. Let's go and jam out to some of this stuff, man. Let's get crunk. Yeah.